I'm here at the Westgarth Palace Cinema opening launch, and it's going to be a fabulous launch because we've got Anna Kokkinos' latest film, Revelations, also the director of Head On. As you can see, it's packed to the rafters for this grand opening. Just take a look at this lovely cinema. Something new's happening at Northcote, and at the Westgarth Theatre is now owned by the Palace Cinemas. So we're here for the launch of the glamorous champagne flowing and celebrity red carpet walk right here inside. So check it out. New change for the cinema here. Tell me what's going on.
Well, we've given the Westgarth Cinema back to the local community. It's their icon. And we've given it a new roof, and we've given it new seating and 2 new extra screens.
And a lot of love.
Yes.
And you've been busy.
And it's all very sympathetic to the beautiful design.
Definitely. Now tell us about the main cinema. We're going to have a walk in there and look at a few things you have personally been designing.
I've personally done the colours and the fabrics. And I started with the carpet, the Jazz Deco.
Always bottom and work your way up. Is that a hard thing to find though?
Carpet's very hard because you've got to have a lot of depth on the floor. Otherwise the colour just washes out. And then you go with rich colours inside because there's absolutely no daylight in auditoriums, which people forget. When they've got the builders and the work lights and the doors open, they think the colours are really bright. But when all that closes and the lights go down, then you see the effect.
So you have new seating, and the comfort of a cinema is so enjoyable. It's surround sound as well. You've got the full cinema experience.
Yes. Cinema experience with comfort and the historical architecture and beautiful new bathrooms, wheelchair access right up from the foyer to the 3rd floor, so they can get into the back of the top auditorium.
So you've thought of everything. We'll go in and check out the lovely decor of the wonderful carpet. Of course, it does change colour. Very well lit because the lights are up. And oh my goodness, this is just incredible. Have a look at this. Well, we always love a champagne opening. These are very deluxe seats. And just check out the decor. Fabulous.
Coming to this cinema almost every Friday night with my parents to the pictures.
Oh, really? And what would you watch? What would your favourite thing?
I like musicals.
I was going to say that, from Prisoner to musicals. I know the combination, but
all that sort of thing. I like it, and I liked all genres. I have to say, I spent my life at the movies every Friday night with the parents, every Saturday with the matinees.
Oh, how wonderful! It's like a little, But what happened to you? Where did you, you just disappeared? You were such a household name, and then...
All the bloody casting directors think I'm dead. Well, I'm not.
She's not dead. You can have a comeback, though. Would you love a comeback?
Well, they're about to bring out all 692 episodes of Prisoner on DVD, would you believe? The whole lot. And that's the first time that's ever been done for an Australian series.
But it's owned by UK TV still, though, isn't it?
It's owned by Fremantle Media now, yeah.
But you guys really lost out because you didn't make the royalty factor back in those days, and you're gonna, you were one of them, huh?
No, I'm not. I get paid.
Oh, thank you, and well deserved.
Yeah,
is it worth it though? Or?
Some of us read our contracts and some of us don't.
So has there been rivalry between certain actors, and have they pissed off that you?
I don't know of any rivalry. I think in that situation it should be everyone should look after themselves, and if
well, that's what you get being top dog, on the screen. Well, what are you expecting to see tonight? Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's
the first. To see the movie. I'm very interested that the Australian sort of movies are moving into a slightly different genre. And okay, it might be a bit blacker, but you know, Priscilla and Strictly Ballroom and The Castle were fun.
But it's getting healthier now. It's sort of like we're getting the kickback again, and short films are coming back.
Cast me as well.
I'm scared.
Oh, come on, I haven't killed anyone for weeks.
Oh, God. What would you love to play? Could you do the nicest pie? Or you like playing the bitch?
I can, of course I can. And people seem to forget that I do not have the same socio-economic background as the characters that I necessarily play.
I bet. You still
On
probably
stage,
get
a
it.
character that I would love to have played, though, is Medea.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, eating your, no, she doesn't exactly eat her own children, but she comes close.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how you going?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Tell me, how much is it to see the movie?
Oh, it's about $9.
$9?
Yeah. Is that okay?
I thought it was a nickel or a dime.
Oh, no. It's, you know, we had to move with the times.
Who's your friend?
Oh, this is Big Tony. Big Tony.
How you doing over here? Beautiful.
I'm all right.
What do you think of my place?
Place is pretty happening, but $9 to see a movie?
Hey, you know, taxes, I learned a lot of things about taxes these days. You gotta keep above the law, you know, in some things, you know. But what do you think of the color scheme thing over here, my broad?
That's good.
Yeah, she's an actress over here as well.
Oh, you're an actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Silent movies, I hope.
what are you saying? I'm telling you what, we're thinking of doing a musical version of the film.
Oh, that'd be good.
We're gonna, it's a new thing, maybe on ice we're thinking as well.
And the climax is?
The climax is, well, I'm not going to give that away, you know. No, that's, but let me just tell you, it involves feathers, lots of feathers, and
Glitter?
and how do you know? Who you been talking to? Who you been talking to?
It wasn't me.
You been talking to Bino?
Well,
You can tell Bino. He can get his own ideas, okay? And you tell Bino, I got a horse's head for him, okay?
okay.
Okay.
Hey, and what's the deal with serving alcohol here?
Forget about
I
it.
thought it was banned.
It is, but we're a speakeasy here, you know.
Oh, okay.
I got, you know, the boys are here tonight, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
We'll look after them. Hey, and you. Anything you want this evening, you come see me, okay? Anything you want, you come see me.
Now, Anna. Yes. 6 years in the making. Been a long journey and a long ride.
It has.
Been very tricky, obviously, too, hasn't it? What are the hurdles you had to get through, like reading a book like that and having to adapt it into a movie, and obviously changing the structure as well?
Yeah.
Is it an easy thing?
No, it's not.
It's taking 6 years, but
No, I mean, it took a couple of years to write the screenplay and get it to a place that we were happy with, and then a couple of years to finance it, and then a couple of years to make it. So, you know, that's the weird thing. It's been a long process on this one. You know, when we made Head On, it was very fast. And this one just took a bit longer, so...
now, you're always doing stories that are really in your face, in a way. What is it about that you love so much?
I think it's just to do with the fact that I love cinema that kind of challenges and kind of takes you to new places and makes you think about things. And films that really have always excited me have been ones that have been slightly kind of...
You look for those type of things when you go out there?
Not consciously. It's really interesting. It's sort of like...
It's just drawn to you.
It's just sort of like I stumbled on this one. I keep stumbling on films that really kind of grab me, books that have really grabbed me, and and this one did the same thing. I just read it and thought, wow, I've never seen this before. So
is there points through the making that you're just like, right, this isn't working the way you wanted, or was it smooth sailing?
No. It was never smooth sailing on this film.
So what were the troubles?
Well, it was always hard. It was always difficult.
Did the actors get their role, or did they find it difficult? Were you getting the magic out of them, or?
Well, it's interesting. Once the actors came on board, they were like completely into it.
Yeah.
But that's just like the first part of it.
Yeah.
Then you got to really go into the material and say, hold on, what are we doing here? Why are we doing it? And that's a kind of a tricky process in itself. You have to get there in the end and find a way to do it, but it's never easy, you know.
You love a challenge.
I do, yeah.
It's been a wonderful turnout tonight as well.
No, it's fantastic, and I think we've had really very strong responses to the film, and I think it's everyone has a very immediate response.
Yep.
What's more interesting is what they're really thinking 3 or 4 days after they've seen the film.
It's
So
definitely something you take home and process. And,
no, I think you need a really kind of big period of digestion.
Or watch it again to really
Go and
get
see
it.
again. Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of that trick to it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I think
that
you're just
kind of-
writing so you get people back in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you should go and see it twice. It's really important to see this film twice.
Definitely a must. A must do. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go back in the cinema now, thanks. You're no stranger to all the lights, camera and action.
No. Yeah, no. It's good. It's an aspect of my job, which I enjoy sometimes.
What is, what are the highs of an actress?
Oh, the highs are doing the work.
Yeah.
You know, landing the job, doing a great screen test, landing the job, and then doing
Have
the
you
work.
ever been disappointed with work, like you've done a brilliant job but the film's not done so good, or have you been lucky, it's just a winner every time?
I've been pretty lucky.
Yeah.
I've gotten to do some great movies, but occasionally that will happen.
Yeah.
But you know, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It's fine because you kind of just get into the work and
Yeah.
you're progressing your own kind of development as an artist.
So what sort of character would you love to play? Oh, well, there's a casting agent out there somewhere.
Where? I don't know. I'd love to be in a sci-fi film.
Okay.
So I'm kind of thinking genre now. I'd love
Yeah.
to be in a.
You a Doctor Who fan?
Oh yeah.
Big time.
Great.
Same. I'm so hooked.
And a period piece. I'd like to be in one of those dresses that kind of gives
Oh,
you that
yes.
fantastic.
Trip down to Sovereign Hill might do that though. You know,
I'd
stay at the
love
park.
that. Yeah, it's true.
The champagne is flowing, the food is out. They've done this really 40s theme. It's really wonderful. Got cigar bar children, lots of cha-cha. But right behind me, got Rupert, who is the writer of the film. Deep in conversation. And we'll just see if we can get to have a word or two before we break in. Very, very successful launch tonight. It's a wonderful turnout. Writing is such a powerful thing, and words are so wonderful. When you see those transformed into a movie, is it always as accurate? Is it better?
Well, it was actually the first time I saw this movie, I was terrified because I had in mind this French surrealist writer called Boris Vian. His first novel was made into a film, Froth on the Daydream. He went to the premiere and he died of a heart attack first halfway through the screening.
Wow.
So I kind of hoped that wasn't going to happen. But
Sort of grinding your teeth.
I was ready for all sorts of things, but I'd been in contact with Anna Kokkinos through the whole process, the whole 6 years. We had this wonderful kind of 19th century relationship, and I had an eerie kind of confidence in her and what she was going to do. So yeah, it's always really strange to see your characters up there on screen because they don't look like you thought they were going to look like.
So I was going to say, are you happy with the characters and the outcome?
A great example of that would be Anna Torv as Bridget. You know, in the book she was small and dark and French. In the film she's kind of tall and blonde and Australian.
I'll have a cigar.
Certainly may.
You're handing out cigars.
I definitely am.
Celebrating the end of the movie.
The 1920s in general.
The 1920s, is that?
Yes.
You have to have the 1920s accent then. How did they talk in the 20s?
I have no idea.
You go, cigar? No, do me a cigar?
No.
No? Oh, come on, get into role. Get into character. You look the part.
I know.
Well, go on, do me something. You do cha-cha? No. All right, how about the cigars? You're actually first on the red carpet ready to go into the cinema, Tom.
I was going backwards.
Oh, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
Big movie. Jesus, what were you thinking?
I know. I still don't. It's like having a big night and going, oh, what actually did I do? So
when you got the script, did you like, well, this could be a lot of controversy? Did you sort of like dive into it and go, yes, this is me? Or did you sort of hold back?
initially at the start, I think I was quite reserved about it. And then it was like, well, you got to be nude. So
Yes, bit of nudity.
yeah, and dancing as well. I was quite confronting about the dancing as well because I'm
So
not
first the nude thing was an issue.
the nude thing.
How did you get over that? You have to like stand in the mirror, look at yourself and go, oh my God, this is what I really look like?
No. I mean, just yeah. It seems pretty normal actually when you do it. You know.
I'll strip off, be my
yeah.
guest. You know, if you want to feel comfortable in an interview, why not do it naked?
Yeah.
So then the dancing, obviously you're not a dancer, and there's a lot of TV shows with the celebrity this and celebrity that. How much training did you have to do for dancing?
About 3 months with Meryl Tankard, so yeah. So that was
Any bruises and aches and pains?
Yeah, lots of bruises. I broke my leg on the
really?
doing the film, and ouch.
Do you get more money for that? You get like,
No, a little bit of combo, but not much.
Not much. I mean, if you break your leg at a normal job, you get a kickback with that. But that obviously would have stopped production a little bit.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, for about 3 months.
So you couldn't stand, or you're just hobbling, or?
I was hobbling, but then when I went back, I was lying doing all the nude stuff, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just delegated around you.
Yeah.
So how was the experience in all for you then?
It was a big film. It was very confronting, and it was a big challenge, but quite rewarding in some ways. Yeah.
So where do you hope this will lead you? Does this help your career any, or does this give you more of a broad range of your work?
No, it could do anything. Could be the last job I ever have.
Remember going down as nude. Nude Tom. Wow, great. And gee, he is long.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so I have no idea what kind of effect and what the reaction will be. And
So have you heard any much kickback from the media at the moment about it? Because usually anything that comes out with such a name, it's always you have some religious group complaining about it, or kicking back. It is so wrong.
yeah, I mean there have been, it has divided audiences and divided people even that haven't seen it. So
Do you question your own religion for it? Did you sort of go, well, where am I going to stand with this?
no question, my own morality, definitely, I think that's the kind of story and issues that do challenge that. It's about abuse and the cycles of abuse. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, brilliant. I can't wait to get in there and see the cinema, not only just the cinema, because it's fabulously decked out,
great.
but also the film. Well, thanks for your time. Lights, camera, action. We're here at Astor, and that's right, we're here for the premiere of Clerks 2, the much-awaited sequel to the very first movie, Clerks, of course. How important is the premiere for you tonight?
I'm just glad the movie's showing over here. I'm just glad somebody picked it up and whatnot. So, premiere to me is nice, but it's more about people inside watching it and whatnot. And I feel like maybe every fan in Melbourne will see the movie tonight, and no one will go next week when it opens.
Well, I was here earlier, and I tell you, it's a packed house. You've definitely got a cult following. Did you think there was ever going to be a sequel?
No, not really. It didn't seem to be a foregone conclusion. It was just something that kind of came to be along the way.
Is there work of a trilogy then?
If there was one, it wouldn't be until years from now, like when I was in my mid-40s, and maybe kind of peek around those guys once again.
How was it working with everybody again?
Phenomenal, I mean, a lot of them, it's not like I haven't worked with them, since the first flick. Like, Brian's been in about 5 of the 7 movies we've done, and Jeff's been in about 4 of the 7 movies we've done, and Muse has been in almost all of them, so there was no, like, let's get the gang back together. It's not like I lost track of them or anything.
And your character, how comfortable have you gotten with him now? Have you really developed him further, or how's that made it grow?
No, like, only actors develop their characters. I just kind of sit there and make goofy faces, and that's about it.
Lead everybody on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Enjoy the night. The Australian Film Festival. This is the first at the grand opening of Melbourne Central. I am walking the red carpet. We're going to check out the A-list at this glamorous event. And I'm first off the rank. See you in there. Okay, I've got like White Shadow and I'm with Mialyn Hanna.
That's correct, Mialyn Hanna.
Won a prize at the Toronto Film Festival?
Yes, at Rebel Fest actually. We won the Spirit Award. So
Lovely. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking to you right after these red carpet arrivals.
I just got in from New York, actually 26-hour flight, and I wrote, direct, and starred in Johnny Montana. It was chosen at this festival. It's a 92-minute love story shot all over New York City. Beautiful film. It's sort of like Midnight Cowboy meets American Gigolo. Comes to life on a New York City backdrop. Really unique.
So Mia, what made you bring your movie to the Australian first premiere of the International Film Festival?
Well, they invited me over, and I thought it was incredible to actually be able to show this film in Australia.
A very moving and spiritual experience about a gentleman who was black and had AIDS, and basically his journey. This whole movie isn't about the disease. It's so not about that. It's about one person's spirit of life, and that will just bring that punching through, and you just reflect on your own life and you just see a whole different aspect. Sure, it took a disease for him to realize certain things. People have cancer, people have other diseases. I mean, you would have filmed this, you would have got things from your life. But the whole emphasis wasn't the fact that it was about AIDS, it wasn't about the disease, it was about one person's endeavour just to survive, to live in a world and to live with love. It took 5 years of filming through that process. What was your battle you had to go through?
It was just finding out along the way what were the most important messages to bring to a wide audience. Because he had a lot to talk about.
Were you ever worried in the filming of that process, he may go at any minute and you don't have a documentary?
You know, we actually had the conversation. I talked to him, I said, if you should be in your last moments and we all know about it, would it be okay for me to film you? Because I'm sure, being who you are, you know exactly what you want to say.
Last man's dying words.
Yeah, and he said, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, let's do that. And then he
snuck under the door elsewhere. Wow. Well, extremely moving, and I must say congratulations on that. And it's a great introduction to the Australian market. Like I say, you will be seeing this film at other film festivals throughout Australia very shortly. Titles are great. We're socialising about. And what was your role? What's the movie? Hang on, give me the lowdown here.
The movie's called The Virgin of Juarez.
Okay, tell us a bit about it.
Pardon? It's about a journalist who goes to Juarez, Mexico, where there's been many hundreds of women killed. That part's true. And she investigates that, and she meets a survivor of these attacks that are actually going on there.
So is this doco style?
Well, stylish doco, but it's actually a drama.
So based on a true story? Is it
based on actual events?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So is it kind of a one that you'll just like sit there and walk out and go, wow?
I hope so.
Yeah.
At least keep you thinking on the way to the car.
It's an educational experience, really.
Well, hopefully a dramatic experience.
So where basically are you from then?
I'm basically from Melbourne.
Melbourne?
Yeah.
So what gave you the idea to go over there and do this film?
Well, I live in Los Angeles, and I've been working a lot on the border of Texas and Mexico.
Okay.
And then I heard about these murders and...
Find a story anywhere, isn't that wonderful?
Well, no, actually. A lot of it came from... I made a mini-series about Ned Kelly here, and I thought, what would happen to a wronged person in Mexico if they were born today?
No film festival is complete without the wrap-up party, and here we are for the awards of the Melbourne International Film Festival. So this is where we hand out those glamorous, glitzy little awards, and we're going to find Tim, one of the organisers of this whole proceedings. What made you do a film festival?
Well, I was kind of asking myself the same question about 2 hours.
How are you doing it, yeah?
Yeah, why the hell am I running a film festival? No, it's absolutely amazing the amount of people I've met, the filmmakers that have come down, the amount of support that's been through it, and we saw a need for a new film festival, a national film festival, the Australian Film Festival, not a state level one, but a national.
There's quite a few here in this state. Miff and Muff and St Kilda and Brunswick, and aren't we like overdoing it? Is it the same films in each one of these?
Different target markets, and look, it's very important